Hey everyone, Nate from Octave Studios here. I hope you have all had a great week. It's Thursday and you know what that means. It's time for yet another tips and tricks video. And this time I talk about the benefits of bringing a producer into the fold. Now you might be asking, well that's great, but what exactly does a producer do? Well, first and foremost, they're that fresh set of ears that we talked about in earlier videos. They're that individual who genuinely likes what you're doing and can give you an honest critique of what it is they think of your sound and how it is they think you could improve and work on these songs. If say you came in with 3 songs you had been working on for 3 months, you're probably used to hearing them a certain way by this point, and you may have locked yourself into a bit of a box with not allowing certain parts of your song to expand or be explored in more fulfilling ways to the song. That's where these fresh ears come into play. They can let you know what they think of the song. And not only that, they can then help you maybe break past these restrictions you may have set on yourself. Now, these might not be verbal restrictions. You might have a very open policy within your band that you will do anything that gets brought to the table and try it out. And that is great. But maybe mentally you've set restrictions and limitations on yourself. Maybe you don't think you're capable of doing certain things, but in reality you probably are if you just have that little push and that little nudge to give it a try and work on it. That's where the producer can come into play. Maybe they can help you think of those beats you didn't think you were capable of playing as a drummer, or those bass lines that you hadn't really thought of, or those guitar lines, or those vocal melodies. There's a lot of things that maybe that outside ear will help you think of. And they may even be able to help push you to achieving things that you didn't think you were really capable of at first. And maybe on top of that, they'll help you think of different ideas that could come out of your song. Maybe you have a really cool riff and then you transition into something really quick. And in a section of the song, it might sound really cool to expand off that riff a little bit. Maybe there's a melody in there that you could use in a different way and really take the song into a really cool area before bringing it in to that other riff and really bridge everything together. Maybe someone had that idea but didn't really bring it up, and then the producer is able to speak the idea and someone else in the band can chime in with what they thought that could sound like. It's different ways to try and get different ideas into these songs to help us write better songs. Because like I said in my very first video, we don't all write great songs all the time, but there is potential in a lot of what we do. And if we take the time to refine it a bit and maybe get that help, who knows what we could come up with. And that's the other thing that a producer can help you do, is really refine the things in the song that work. If they hear something that is really cool and maybe catchy, or maybe it's just got good crunch in the guitars or just something like that, they'll hone in on that, especially if they already like your sound and style, and they'll encourage it and they'll really try to think of ways to make that really pop or like really utilize those parts of your songwriting so that you show your strengths as well. And who knows, those creative things might be what really set you apart from other bands as well, and just honing that a little bit more might be all you need to do. And with that, like I said, they can help you hone in on those elements that already make your band unique and possibly even great. Who knows? There are some bands out there that have really distinct sounds that were really well thought out and well produced. Sometimes self-produced, sometimes it was thought up within the studio with another producer to help them really figure themselves out at the start of their career as a band. Sometimes that's all it takes, is a little extra nudge to help you sharpen the tools and really create something badass. And they might even be able to help you point out the things that might be getting stale and a little overbearing in your songs. If you have a tendency to keep going to really long drawn out sections that don't benefit it, maybe they'll be able to tell you that they hear it and they think it might be more beneficial to do that in different ways that suit the band, or cut it completely and explain that in ways that works for the band or works for you and helps you hear the song in a different way that maybe completely changes it for the better. With that though, you do have to find producers that care about you and your music. If you just get anyone, you could suffer from trying to eventually become someone else's vision. And I know no musician wants that. What you want is to find someone that sees the vision you want for yourself and will help you attain that, and will help you push to create the songs that you want to create. Don't just grab anybody. Grab the ones that you know care about your music. They could be your friend that is very proficient in different aspects of music that you are not. It could be a legitimate producer that you look up to and have heard about their history if you can afford them. Or it could be someone who just really likes your music and can give you honest opinions that help you and your band grow in different ways. Because that, in the end, is the goal of a producer, to help you grow as a band and as musicians, and help you write your best material and capitalize on the uniqueness that is your band. I hope you guys took something away from that. It's a bit of a deeper subject that I feel is really good for bands that are ready to really focus on trying to step up their game and really work on things. If you're still figuring stuff out, maybe that's not the route you need to go down right now. Maybe you just need to work on writing songs. And with that though, maybe it's good to have someone not in the band sit around and just be your other ears and help you really write good songs and write something that'll make the guy not in the band bop their head or tap their foot or whatever it is. You need to know that the songs are doing what you want them to do. With that, I'll see you all next week. Please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to check out my podcast, The Concrete Wasteland. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud, as well as hear it on Cat and Evan's Metal Litter Box. We talk about a lot of little things like this along the way, and we also interview bands, and you can hear from them what their experiences are, either in the studio, on the road. We go through a lot of different subjects, and we touch on a few things that I may have touched on in the Tips and Tricks series, and we even touch on things that I haven't touched on yet that I wish to down the line. I've had the pleasure of having a few bands on recently for the podcast and filming and releasing them here on YouTube, and I might have another one lined up for March that will be really cool for me personally, and if it goes well, I look forward to sharing that all with you guys as well. So until next time, take care.
Build an empire, be the one to inspire, make a change, live for better days, watch out for the ones who want to live and remain.